What's up and welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, and have any of you all ever watched the show Shark Tank? I haven't watched it in years, but it used to be one of my favorite shows. It's kind of like an American Idol show, but for entrepreneurs. Shark Tank was called Shark Tank because they had this panel of billionaires and, businessmen and businesswomen. People like Mark Cuban, for example. They would have this panel and they would bring on young entrepreneurs who had a new business idea or a new product to sell, and they would allow them to pitch their product or business to these billionaires to see if they want to invest in their companies. It's a really entertaining show. I don't know how it's been lately, but I would say 5 or 6 years ago, I used to watch it. Now, one of the sharks, one of the businessmen, billionaires on the panel was Kevin O'Leary. He was like the Simon Cowell of the show, the bad guy, who's really blunt and honest, and people don't like him because he doesn't really pull any punches. Well, it just so happens that Kevin O'Leary has been speaking out about this whole Target and Bud Light fiasco, and I love to see it. We need more powerful people. We need more billionaires, more actors, actresses, singers, entertainers. We need more people with big platforms to stop being scared of getting canceled and start speaking out. Looking at Kevin O'Leary and hearing him weigh in on this situation, it kind of surprised me because a lot of people in his position don't want to say anything because they're afraid they'll get canceled or something like that. But let's go ahead and hop right in to find out what exactly he had to say. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank blasts Target and Bud Light's woke marketing moves. Huge mistake, he says. When Bud happened, I can't believe that boards didn't wake up to that decimation market cap. Budweiser was the American beer. It took them decades to build that brand, and they blew it all up in under 30 hours, says O'Leary. That is true. Target and Bud Light, these are both cases where brands have gotten in the middle of some really controversial issues. Let me give you an example, O'Leary said. Do you ever hear a CEO that represents a company ever talking about abortion? Never. Because that is an issue that will never be resolved. It's a personal issue. It's a family issue. It's a religious issue. It's partisan forever. You do not touch it. Same thing with politics. Same thing with gender identity. Everybody has a personal opinion about it. When you actually get involved in a fight like that, you wind up losing 50% of your customers. When something goes viral, it can be a good thing, but mostly it's negative. And it has decimated these brands very, very quickly. And that is true. I understand what he's saying, and it's something that I've been saying this whole time. There are certain things that you don't get involved in. I don't think corporations and businesses like Target and Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light, they should not be getting involved in the culture war. At the end of the day, you want everyone to drink your beer. You want everyone to show up at Target to shop. So why would you alienate not 50% of your customer base, but 95% of your customer base in order to appease a small fraction of mentally disturbed people who, for the majority of them don't have money to spend anyway? So Target and Bud Light, they're finding out the hard way. But it is crazy to me. Like you said, this is happening so quickly. Within 10 days, Target is down $10 billion. Anheuser-Busch is down, who knows at this point, Last time I checked, it was over $16 billion. Like that. All because they decided to enter into a fight that they have no business being in. And the longer I step back and look at the situation, the worse and worse it becomes. Not only for Bud Light, but for Target as well. Because I think the Target situation, it kind of blows or flies over some people's head. But a lot of the reason why people are upset is because they're literally bringing in a satanic, devil-worshipping designer to design kids' clothing that they have no business designing kids' clothing to begin with. Kids have no business wearing Pride clothing to begin with. And then you take a satanic designer and have them design Pride clothing for kids, and you think that families and mothers who shop at Target aren't going to be upset? It's like they used to laugh at us when we would call things satanic. And they would say, oh, it's satanic panic, it's satanic panic. Oh, there's no such thing, what is wrong with you? They would act like you were crazy. When you would be like, man, I don't know, that's kind of demonic or that's satanic. They would act like you were insane. But obviously, we have been right the whole entire time. A lot of this agenda, it goes hand in hand with Satan. And I'm not even a religious person. I'm not a very religious person. I do not remember the last time I have been to church. Okay? I'm not someone that's going to be in your face telling you need to worship Jesus and, ask for forgiveness for your sins. That's not me. I'm not that type of person that just takes religion and rubs it all in your face. But that's what's happening to me. That's what's happening to you. You just don't recognize it or realize it because you don't understand that this is a new religion. This alphabet mafia, the worship of yourself and all of these other weird little things that these people are coming up with on a daily basis, this is their new religion. They have nothing else in life. So they bow to the altar of the LGBTQIA plus agenda. This is their religion. So the same people who claim they don't want Christianity rubbed in their face, they're rubbing their newfound religion all in your face. And it just so happens that their newfound religion goes hand in hand with Satanism because half of them are people who worship Satan anyway. And they love Baphomet, or the Baphomet, because I don't want to say he's trans, but he has different sexual organs. And listen, I don't even feel like going there today. We're not even going to get into that today. But I agree with everything Kevin O'Leary has to say. I'm glad he weighed in on this situation. And it's still May. If we have seen all of this in May and in April, then what in the hell is going to happen in June? Let me know your thoughts about this, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring the notification bell. And I'll talk to you all in the next video.